Hey everyone, welcome to Parkasaurus. This comes from two-man developer Washbear Studios, and this was released into Steam Early Access on September 25th. Parkasaurus is a game that is currently in pre-alpha, but it has a great tutorial that gets you started and understanding what's going on. It has a core that you'll find familiar, but for the majority, you're going to be doing new and exciting things. So we'll go ahead and collect my crate here of plants. Let's flush some toilets. Now, this is a dinosaur zoo management game where you'll create exhibits by having full control of how your habitat looks and feels. The dinosaur pens are massive, depending on what gets put in there. So you'll need to factor in size and transforming the space into the biome it needs to be, and catering to the dinosaurs' privacy needs as well, which the game will do a good job at informing you on what you need to do. So right now, this is my second save. My first save was just kind of getting acquainted with everything, and then now this is my kind of more optimized save, where I kind of know how to build the biome better and things like that. Like my original version of the park didn't look like this. It didn't look even good. So, I kind of refactored it to look a lot better than what it did. So I've got a stegosaurus. Oh, there you are. So my stegosaurus got out. That's what happened here. So he broke out. He's not happy about something. So I've repaired the fence, and now I've got him back in storage, which I'll place right here, and I'll let him back out. He's happy to be home. I've got an inventory. Alright, he's happy. That's cool. The park's open. Awesome. Let's go over the UI stuff here. So if you've played, City Skylines or Jurassic World Evolution or anything of that sort, you kind of know what's happening on the left side here, but here you have your paths, your fences and doors, your buildings, your scenery, your exhibits, your terrain, and the destruction tools. So he is unhappy about something. What is it? We can find out. We need to give him a mate. He doesn't feel like he's got too much privacy. I created kind of this privacy den for him, but I don't think that's what he wants. So we'll build another privacy fence. Do that. There. Got some smiles out of him, so hopefully that'll work. Hopefully that'll make him happier. Alright, so we need to flush some toilets, but, we've got a taco shop here. Maybe we need some more bathrooms, you know what I mean? Good. We flushed some toilets, but let's get some more toilets down. People like to sit, right? Now, this is a management game, so with it comes the need to balance a budget and your employees. So beyond satisfying the dinosaurs' needs, you'll need to make sure your guests and employees are equally happy. Food must be well stocked, the bathrooms should be clean, and the place should be picked up. And the exhibits must be easy to get to and easy to see. Now, even though my stegosaurus keeps trying to break out, this fence that I have is allowing my guests to see in a little bit easier. But I've got a janitor here who's willing to come in and fix things for me. He's got things to say, let me tell you. So we can see our visitors, how much meat we have, how much vegetables we have, our science, which is a lot, and our hearts. So let's go ahead and get into that. But first, this is the day. So you can do normal time or fast forward, current time of day. The red-orange is like the morning, and then green is kind of your prime time day, and then blue is nighttime. And you do close later into the night. Here's the town. So you can go to the town and go to the bank, go to the gems, vegetables, buy meat, get eggs, put hats on your dinosaurs. You've got your office here. I love this little window because you can see out and see people going through your park. There's a dino book, resumes, so you can hire veterans, well, maybe veterans, but veterinarians, janitors, scientists, security people, kind of stocking up your place. They haven't implemented the Dinopedia yet, but I can't wait to see what that looks like. You've got a calendar so you can see what temperatures look like. We're in spring right now, so we know what the weather is going to be like, but things will change as you get into later months and later seasons. So I said we have a lot of science, right? So we want to increase decorative items, so we'll invest in that. We want our employees to be better. We want to do better science. We'll leave it just like that. The next thing that I'm shooting for is this billboard. So we can attract more people. And kind of the most interesting thing is that you can open a portal, go back in time, and do a dig. So we got to wait for time to pass before we can get into that. So my researchers are still getting that science, and we're starting to see the park start to wind down and get ready to close. We could close it prematurely, but there's still potential for things to happen. We've got our money, and then we've got the money earned will be collected at the end of the day. So this is what we made, and this is just kind of what we have in our total reserves. And then we have our overview. So we can see how much science we've earned, whether we've got happy dinos or super happy dinos, just where our money is coming in and out of, what people are saying. We've got reviews. We're actually on our way towards the 4-star rating, which is awesome. And the name of the park, which I called Triassic, for no real reason, not trying to avoid copyright or anything infringing like that. I just thought Triassic was a cool name. And then we can look at our, day-to-day finances, the dinosaurs, the guests, the buildings, and staff. And this is where you fire them and then can go to the resumes and hire some new people. Now, you can't go to the park and build additions or make modifications. I'm hoping that's something that can change in the future. Because that's something that I would really like to do. But they kind of want you to spend your time in the office during the night and get everything done there, and then move on to the next day. So yeah, we've got these heat maps. Now, the Stegosaurus needs to be in a rainforest environment. So if I click the fence, I can see the biodiversity, which everything is great, of rocks, trees, and bushes. If there was less water here, I would move back into forest territory, which is not prime grounds for what a stegosaur wants. So we're well covered in water. Now, if I look at privacy, there's not much. Or at least in this case, I've got enough privacy that it should keep the stegosaur happy, but over here is where all the foot traffic is going to be, so I really want people to see the dinosaur. Now we've done what we can do to explore, so we'll go ahead and do a dig. Alright, so I'm trying to get a Triceratops. Oh. You know what? Okay, so what happened there is I did an overlap on a dig, so I broke it. So we're not going to get that footprint now. And each person has a limit of how many things they can dig. The first person only had 5, but they had a 3 block that would uncover a lot. that's it for now. I've brought my people home. Now, there are 20-some species of dinosaurs in the game. Probably the coolest thing, and I don't have an egg to show you right now, but you can actually alter the eggs to get different colored and personality-driven dinosaurs. So if you select an egg, before you place it, there are 3 boxes. There's a single green box, which modifies the color, and then there's 2 blue boxes that set the traits. And any random item that is in your inventory that you put into the slots will modify how the dinosaur turns out. So by default, you get a purple Stegosaurus. But if you start throwing in random items, you're going to get a different colored Stegosaurus when that comes out. And this is more beneficial into the later game because you don't want pens and pens of the same colored dinosaurs and not knowing who's who. So by throwing these random items and getting a different color really helps in creating unique looking dinosaurs and getting those different personality traits. You'll see that there's no way to pause the game right now, and this is actually something that Washbear Studios is looking into. As I talked about earlier, you can do other things while the park is closed except for work on it, which I think that's kind of a missing component. Another weird thing is that there's only one entrance, so a lot of people, once your park gets popular, people are kind of piling into the entrance, and I'm hoping that in the future you'll be able to create different entrances so that you can better distribute the guests and they'll go to the exhibits that they want to go to, things like that. Do I have enough science? Yes, I do. So now we've got a billboard display, close out another day. Things are looking good. It's Sunday in spring, so we should get a lot of people. We've got that billboard going on. I don't think we have to build one. No, I didn't think so. Hey, my delivery's here. This is just a really relaxing game. It's really fun. It's very informative. Like, I don't feel like I'm not being given sufficient information for things. And ultimately, Parkasaurus is really well put together for what it is. It's a pre-alpha, but I'm having an absolute blast. It's got deep and engrossing systems. I'm really looking forward to the upcoming scenario mode. That's really why I come to these games, is for the scenario mode, is not so much for the restriction, but for the challenge of overcoming these obstacles that the game lays out for you. The career mode, as this is right now, is really cool, and we're making a lot of money. Sunday is very popular. But yeah, this game is super cool, and while it may or may not be apparent from the outset, the more time that you spend with the game, you realize that this is a better and more feature-rich version than Jurassic World Evolution. And I know to a lot of people that's a bold claim, but I felt that game was really lacking. And Parkasaurus is colorful, it's vibrant, it's got a great art style, but not only that, it's those deep and engrossing systems that I was talking about of, you've got your store, the office, the portal system to kind of expand your dinosaurs variety. The science and research tech tree, just it's kind of a dinosaur fan's dream game come true. And with everything that's going on, Washbear is not done. There's another 6 to 8 months of development that they want to do before they consider this thing finished. And while I can see where things are going, I really love the current state of the game, and I think it's one of those things that you can safely buy into and not feel like you're getting like a terribly unfinished product. There's a lot going on here. There's lots to do as it currently is. And I really think you should check this out. So I'm going to put a link to the game in the description so you can pick this up for yourself. Thanks.